Welcome, everybody. This is the hot seat where we always ask burning questions to our guest in this chair. And today we have Vynora897. And we want to say hello to Vin and welcome Vin in the hot seat. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited.
Awesome. Now, the first thing that we want to do is we want to introduce her. We want to know how she's really feeling. Is that chair warmed up for you?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. You think about halfway where it's going to get pretty intense?
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a pyramid. It's gonna go up really hot, and then you're gonna have a nice come down. Okay, so don't worry. All right. This is just enjoy yourself. Feel like you're at an industrial concert. Okay, just it's something fun for you. All right, here we go, everybody. This is the hot seat. All right. Now, the first question that is going to be coming up to you is going to be very easy. These are kind of some softball questions to you right now. But we got to know, Vynora87, where does your username come from?
So, Vynora is part of a video game that I used to play a long time ago.
Okay.
I got a hedgehog as a pet, and I named the hedgehog Vynora after the character in the video game. And then when Vynora passed away, I took it on as my gamer name.
Okay, cool. What? How long ago was that you made it up?
Probably like 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay, cool. So you're very comfortable with that name instead of just like, oh, I just came up with this name, and how are people going to accept it?
Yeah.
Some people when they come up with their names are like, oh, let me just try out something, and then they change their name like 8 times down the road until they get something. So this is good. So it's very well settled in. But that's cool. But it's very nerdy. It's very gamerish. It's very understanding of why you've chosen that name.
It's better than my last one.
What was your last one?
My last name was Flopper.
What?
Yeah. Yeah,
that's like Meet the Parents. Like the last name there.
Oh,
so Meet the Flockers.
Yeah.
So why was it Flocker? This is great.
So it was Flopper.
Oh, Flopper.
Yeah, it's when I was younger and went to college, my friends did a going away party for me. And I guess I got so drunk I couldn't get off the floor, so they named me Flopper.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Figured I needed a different name.
I love it. Now, that night, was it a good night or was it a bad night? Was it like a good?
It was a great night.
It was a great night. All right, cool. Even with all the mess and everything like that, that's hilarious. So you've become this being on stream, Vynora. You are, in this world now coming from the pandemic. You've started streaming. What was it that you were like, hey, like I gotta stream this? Like, why did you choose MSF? Why did you start streaming?
So it actually wasn't my idea. My friend Dolphin, he comes into my streams every once in a while. We've been friends since I've pretty much started playing Marvel Strike Force.
Okay.
And he messaged me one day and he was just like, hey, I think you should be streaming. I think you'd be a great streamer. And he talked me into it and I decided to try it.
Awesome. Do you give any of your revenue to Dolphin?
No. He asked for 10%, but there's no contract.
That's hilarious. Is Dolphin the person who also said for you to play Marvel Strike Force as well, or did you just kind of fall into that?
I had an old friend that played Marvel Strike Force, and then I started playing.
Okay. And when you started streaming Marvel Strike Force, we all remember the story. You came in, you started streaming, you were nowhere to be found, and all of a sudden you get this raid bomb, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, hi, like, welcome, and you got put on the map. Talk about that day.
Yeah.
She
It,
said, "Yeah."
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
That's
no, I mean, when I first started streaming, like I was extremely nervous and really shy.
Mhm,
It took me a while to open up, but my first raid was mobile gamer,
mhm.
and it just flooded in, and I don't know, it was great. It was surprise. I was surprised. It was a little overwhelming with
Right.
everyone
Yeah.
coming in and chatting and following.
Right. Um. Well, now you've gotten this, persona of an amazing flute battler. Where does this come
Okay.
from? Like, you've got this flute in the background. You had the pretend flute from like, where did you come up with this? Like, how did this evolve?
Um, so I was in band from middle school through high school.
Uh huh.
So I played the flute in band. I did pep, march, and symphony band.
Okay.
But pretty much I was talking to my viewers one day and they're talking about mobile gamers' flute skills. And I corrected them that it was a recorder. And they're like, oh, how do you know? It's like, well, I have my flute, so I had to show them.
Okay.
And then that's when the whole flute war
Yeah.
happened with mobile gamers.
Which is
I was forced into it.
you were forced into it, but it actually like helped you push yourself out of your comfort zone. It
Yeah.
really made you feel like, okay, now I'm all of a sudden part of like a community. But
Mhm.
you had this flute like locked up from high school, from long in college. You're like, you know, all of a sudden now there's use for it, and now you have an emote for it for flute battle. It's really come a long way for you.
Yeah. It's great to be known as the person with the flute battle.
And you're in a goth industrial concert.
Yeah, you gotta rock out with your flute, man.
I just love I just love how it all just comes together. um oh my gosh, that was hilarious. So let's talk a little bit about let's talk about some of the games. You're a variety streamer now. You've done this for 6-7 months as a streamer. What are other games that are coming up? Not necessarily that you're playing right now, because you play Phasmophobia, Among Us. You've played alongside with your boyfriend with not Dead by Daylight, or what's the pirate one?
Oh, Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. You were playing for a little bit. You were also playing another game, Jackbox. I think, were you playing Jackbox
Yeah.
for a little bit? You've got a roster of games that you've been playing and whatnot. What is it that changes everything for
Your
you?
audio cut out.
What changes for everything for you there?
All right, you're back. What was the question again? I'm sorry, your audio cut out.
Sorry. Are there any other upcoming games you see yourself playing on your channel?
I don't really know with upcoming games. I don't really have anything in mind.
People just kind of like, give you like a teaser of like what this game is that you should be playing. So you're like, hey, like, let's try this.
Yeah, and then it's like, I'll, try it, and if I don't like it, then I'll just stop playing it.
Okay, cool. Are you on to Valheim yet, or are you doing that?
Yeah, I've played Valheim with Chip and a bunch of other people for a while. We haven't played for a little bit lately, but I'd like to get back into it.
That's cool. Now, you are you're coming into this, streaming. You're coming into all these games. What was the moment that you got yourself very confident in saying, I got this? Like, I know how to stream. I know how to do this. I know how to change from games. Like, where did you finally decide, I know how to stream, I know how to be confident in all the different games that I'm doing?
I don't think I can say a specific instance where it's like, yeah, I got this. Pretty much the thing that really helps me is all the support from my viewers coming in, and just seeing the reactions and everything really helps me feel good about what I'm doing.
Yeah. Let's go and talk about some Marvel Strike Force here. Your your time has come to play this game, and you've played a little longer than me. You are 2.75 years played, just under just under 3 years, I think.
Yeah, I'm actually coming up on my
Coming up on your
anniversary.
third year. That's awesome. You what was the moment that hooked you onto MSF? Like, you've been playing it, it's fine, but what was the moment where you were like, wow, like this really is my game?
Just when I started playing it, it was like, let's just see. And I don't know, like it hooked me. And then suddenly getting in the cluster that I am in
Yeah.
really helped out with like all the members in the cluster to keep me staying.
Of course. And you're the leader in your alliance, so that does take a lot of work to do. You know, what level alliance are you in?
Like what level is
or like you're in platinum or gold 4, gold.
Oh, we are platinum 1.
Awesome, platinum 1. So, what zone are you? Because I think I'm zone 4. I don't know if
we're zone 4.
Okay, so maybe at some point we'll be able to match up and play against you guys. I'm Snakehole Lounge. What's yours?
Yeah, I'm Exiled Sun's Ego.
Okay, cool. So let's find out a little bit more about this Marvel Strike Force, and it's going in a different direction right now. Not necessarily bad, not necessarily great. It's kind of like in space. It's like in a vacuum right now. It's kind of just afloat somewhere random. How do you feel about the attitude towards Scopely, the constant bugs, the money spending, the catch-up mechanics and whatnot? Like, how do you feel about all that?
There's some things that's happening that is really frustrating towards me, but I'm really trying to stay positive of what the future is going to hold and what they're going to do and like to fix these issues.
Yeah.
So I'm really like, even if I am frustrated, I try not to show it because I don't want to put out like the negative energy.
Absolutely.
But I just really try to stay positive. I really hope that they can fix the bugs. They realize and listen to the community what we want and what we want fixed, and they look into it and tweak the game and make it better.
Right. Can you give us an example of what was, something that bothered you most? You don't have to go into detail. I just want to know, like, what bothered you the most?
My biggest issue is gold. Like, I'm fine with like the ability mats and training mats, but I have a massive issue with gold. Yeah. And of course, RTA.
Yeah. Yeah, RTA is pretty, it's got a lot of things going on there. It's got a lot of things. So gold is something that you spend in the game, and gold is, a very hard bottleneck. But the real bottleneck is your wallet. And we want to know, there's a lot of people that spend a lot of money in this game. There's a lot of whales. Where would you consider yourself? Are you a guppy, a dolphin, a kraken, a low-key kraken?
No, I'm not a low-key kraken. I would say I used to like probably between like guppy and dolphin.
Okay, so you're right where I am, but how much money have you spent in this game?
So like at the beginning and everything, I did spend like here or there. My thing is like, oh, I really like this game. Like I'll spend some money to kind of support them to be like, hey, I like this game. Then I did start welling when I was streaming on like the new characters and everything, but now I stopped and I'm more like free to play. So to go through like the past almost 3 years of how much I have spent on the game, I'd probably say like 1,000.
Okay.
1,500.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the reality is that like you have to know what you want to spend on, because that's really where you're going to understand not only where you're going to push yourself in the game, but the most important thing is that's where you're going to see yourself saying, is this worth it to me, down the road? I mean, 3 years for $1,000 is nothing if you look at it in that kind of respect. Now, if you're like a whale and you're spending, $2,000 a month, that's completely different. Then you're really a whale. You're absolutely a whale for 3 months and $2,000. That's insane. But everyone's got a different wallet, and everyone's got a different, different purpose to what they're doing in their life and what they choose to spend on. So that's really interesting. There's a lot of people who've spent $22,000 who've been on this show. There's a lot of people who spent maybe 15, 30 bucks on this, So, now really quickly, have you spent money on the battle pass?
I have.
Okay. Have you spent on all 4?
I've only spent on 3.
On 3. Okay, so that's good. I'm on 3 as well. I'm probably not going to be doing the Scream Battle Pass because I don't necessarily need that. But, we want to know where that comes down to. And I'm sure now that your wallet is diverting into different funds, you really don't want to go into that as well. So let's talk about young Vin really quick. We want to know some things that are really gonna get you really hot. How are you feeling in the hot seat right now?
Feeling a little steamy.
A little steamy. I can see the red in your cheeks right now. You're pretty good.
I know.
So we're about to get a little bit more intense. Let's talk about young Vin. I'm gonna ask you a question, and I want you to answer truthfully. Okay.
Okay.
What was the age that you were first kissed that really meant it to you?
That really meant to me? Probably like 19 years old.
Talk about that.
Pretty much, because I was really shy when I was younger, and I just had kept my couple group of friends. I didn't really start dating until I was 19.
Okay.
So I didn't get kissed until I was 19.
When were you first kissed? Like as like a joke? Like,
As
oh my
a-
God, as like a kid, like when it didn't matter, like, you got kissed on the playground, like maybe,
As a joke.
Yeah, like, you're like 8 or 10 or whatever. It was like, oh my gosh, like here comes, big little Joey, and he comes running up and he's like, mwah. Like something like that, where it was just, child innocence.
Maybe like in 5th grade, but I don't remember for sure.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah. Everyone's got a different, I think someone else who was on this show said it was also pretty young as well. But I think they also said that, and anybody else, they've also had like those child innocence kisses when they were young as well, like in that period. And then they had their meaningful kiss, like anywhere between those teen years where it was like 15 and like 17 or something like that. So 19 is it's still young, it's still relatively young. There's a lot you don't know. So did you end up kissing, or did they kiss you? Who kissed you first?
They kissed me.
Okay, and this was 19, so this is right outside of high school. College, how did you guys end up dating, or how did that go on? Like, what set the scene for us?
Set the scene. It was my first boyfriend.
Okay.
So
this was like at the movie theater. Was this like walking in the park holding hands?
Well, it started because, if I remember correctly, I think like we were hanging out with like all of our friends because we had mutual friends, and we were hanging out like in the dorms watching movies.
Yeah.
And then I drove him home, and he kissed me in the car.
Aw. And you were like, what? Like you were like, oh my goodness, and then you got out the car and ran like to your bed, and you were like, oh my gosh, it was the cutest thing. Or you ran to your mom, you're like, oh my gosh, a boy just kissed me.
No, I think I like just went home and went to bed.
So meaningful. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah. I did tell my mom that I now have a boyfriend. So my brother woke me up in the morning, jumping on my bed, asking all these questions.
That is hilarious. And now, with that being said, with all of your dating, how many boyfriends have you had that you've dated?
Let me see. 6.
Okay. So with those 6, what is, or not what is, what rather, oh my gosh, where's this question? It's what was the worst pickup line that you've ever experienced?
So I've actually never dealt with pickup lines.
That's good. But you haven't dealt with the pickup lines, but somebody's obviously had to talk to you to kind of like say what's up. So that's where we're trying to go. Like, what like with if you never dealt with a pickup line, who approached who first? Like, let's just get to it. Did you approach your boyfriend currently?
My current boyfriend?
Yeah.
Not really,
Okay. So then,
I guess.
so it was kind of like it kind of just happened. But at the same time, like, it's not really a pickup line. You just kind of like how did you reach out? Like, how do you get to know that person? That's where I guess really where we're trying to figure out. Like,
I guess usually in the past, they would talk to me about like my music,
mhm.
the video games, and that's how like they would open up conversation or talk about Pokemon. Or the current boyfriend, a viewer said something in my stream, and he messaged me and apologized to me for what they said, and then we started talking.
Oh wow. So that's an
Yeah.
interesting way of like bringing people together. That's cool. So it's not,
Mhm.
that's very cool. Everyone's got a different story to tell, and that's what we're here to. We're trying to, showcase you. We're trying to like figure out more about you, especially when you're not streaming. So let's get to this. Now that you've had these experiences, you've had those times that you've dated. When was the last time you lied?
The last time I what? Sorry,
When was the last time you lied?
the last time I lied.
Chat's going off right now.
Oh my gosh.
They have some very spicy questions for you.
Um.
When was
So
the
the
when was
last
the
time
when was the
I-
last time you lied, Vin?
Oh my goodness. So actually, it was this weekend.
Oh wow! Oh, but like Among Us doesn't really count. But was it?
No.
But was it really that bad of a lie in Among Us?
Well, it wasn't Among Us.
Okay.
My mom's trying to get me out to Utah to visit family.
Okay. Oh, you don't have to.
And
You don't
we're-
have to, you don't have to say the lie. You don't have to say the lie.
Yeah.
You don't have to say the lie. You don't have to say the lie.
It's not bad. It's just not bad.
Okay.
We decided to kind of cancel Easter plans, and I'm the one that made up the lie to get it canceled.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Okay. So that's really funny. They really want to know who that viewer was, and they also want to know about your cooking. That's I don't know if I want to go there to the cooking. Do you want to go there to the cooking? I don't know.
I'm actually a really good cook.
That's good. So what makes you so good at Among Us? I mean, we're talking about this and the lying and whatnot. Like, what makes you so good at Among Us and being able to get through? I mean, I've played with you multiple times. There's some strategy.
Mm-hmm.
But what makes you good?
I don't really think I'm the greatest because I think it's really obvious when I'm the imposter. I have to really try to like stay monotone, so there's no like excitement in my voice because I killed someone.
I killed someone.
They're just like, "Where were you?" I was like, "Oh my gosh, I was an admin." So they're like, "Yeah, it was you." I'm also like really bad at lying too, so it's kind of hard.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I guess the Easter one really makes that apparent, right?
It was in text message.
Oh, was it in
so-
text? Oh.
I can tell the story. It's not bad.
Oh my goodness. Oh, go ahead if you want.
So pretty much like, because my mom wants me to go out to Utah for Easter to spend time with my brother and sister-in-law. And they said like it was okay, but they mentioned that they were also going to like a birthday party that weekend. So my mom's like, well, I don't really want you to fly out there if they're gonna like spend half a day at that birthday party and me and you are just like hanging out. She's like, I would rather have everyone together. So I was the one that texted. I'm like, hey, like looking into the flights, I can't
Th-
make it out. You'll have to schedule another time. So
this
yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just she wants everyone to spend time together, and if they had other plans, so it's like might as well just let them have their plans, and I'll just go out another time.
this business expense isn't in my is not even happening right now.
I will just do this another time. So I mean, it's understandable. I mean, my mom wants me to spend time with my brother, and he's
Yeah.
gonna be gone. Then why
Yeah.
go out there? So
Totally understandable. Totally understandable. That is so funny. Okay, let's talk about a couple things. Let's see. You know, you do some cosplay. You've done some cosplay in your streams. What cosplay have you not done that you want to do?
I've only like cosplayed like a couple times. Is there a cosplay that I would like to do? Nothing comes to mind.
Okay, so
I know people throw out ideas to me with like the new characters coming out in Marvel Strike Force, but I just never done it.
well, Polaris is coming out. Would you do a Polaris? I mean, it's all green silk outfit. Polaris is a character who, you know, she uses magnetism. She's the son of, or the daughter of Magneto.
I can look into it when she comes out.
There's also, you know, let's see, what other cosplays have you done in the past? You did Rogue, right?
No, pretty much the only cosplays I've done was I put on a leather jacket and did Jessica Jones.
Okay, so Jessica Jones
and my Emma Frost one.
and Emma Frost. Okay, so
And
the
that
Jessica, the the Jessica Jones one is very funny because that actually looks like you, and
Yeah.
your entire like emoji, your logo, all those things actually turned out to be like Vin was Jessica Jones, which is hilarious. So was JJ cosplaying as you, or were you doing the opposite? It was, you know, it's Vin cosplaying as JJ or cosplaying as Vin as cosplaying as JJ. I mean, there's so many ways there.
I think that's confidential. I can't fully say.
We can't reveal your identity. I get it.
Yeah.
Now, food question here. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I love pineapple on pizza.
Team pineapple all the way. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very
If
cool.
you don't like it, get your own pizza.
Oh, wow. Just throwing hard at them, right? Just, you don't like it? Fine. Now, what's the worst advice you've ever given? In life or in
my
games?
gosh.
The worst advice. Just like, it just didn't work out for them. Just the worst possibility outcome that came out for them and that they took it. And they're just like, way to go, Vin.
I mean, besides like some of the advice that I give in like games that may not be completely accurate and may have people waste resources, but people have come to me for like relationship advice before I was even in a relationship. So I do the best I can, and sometimes maybe it didn't work out.
Okay, so you want to speak on that? Like what was the relationship advice that you spat out, you threw it out there and it stuck to the wall and then it started to fall? Like you dropped the ball.
I think just kind of pointing out like red flags to them, like dude, like this person's a D-bag, like what are you doing with them? And kind of stuff happens. So
Stuff happens.
Stuff happens. I mean, you're asking someone who doesn't know, so
That's hilarious. We're gonna be not ending. We're coming down to the end of the questions here. How are you feeling right now about your favorite Marvel character, storyline, or movie?
So I've actually not really watched like a lot of Marvel movies.
Okay.
If I had to choose like my favorite, like with the Marvel movies, I mean, I like the Iron Man movies.
Okay. 1, 2, or 3?
Um, I like one.
Yeah, the original. Okay, cool.
Yeah, the original.
Nice. Do you have like a favorite Disney movie? Are
My
you a Disney
favorite
fanatic or something like that?
Kind of. I haven't watched like the newer ones, but my favorite Disney movie is Mulan,
Oh, awesome. Is that the new version or is that the
the old version.
the cartoon with
I've not seen the new version.
Oh, you got to see it. It's really cool. Now what drew you into Mulan?
Um, I just like that it wasn't like the typical like princess story, like Disney princess story,
Mhm.
and like her going out into like battle and being like a strong person, like doing her thing for her family.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're trying to, talk, and bring out from everyone. It's very important that, women get all the different opportunities that they are possibly being able to be,
Hmm.
given, not allowed, but given. They are allowed everything, and they should be given everything. And that's what we need to do. We should open up all the doors for them. And the only way that we do that is through teamwork and making sure everyone is, done on the right platform, equally, leveled, balanced, like all things should be. So let's finish this last question here, and then we're going to head into our PvP. One Infinity Stone that you would use, what would that be that you would say is you're going to be using? Do you know the stones?
I do.
Okay.
I I would do like the space stone.
Wow, you're the first person who's said the space stone. This is awesome. I want to hear.
Yeah. I think the like teleportation and like speeding you up would help with the twins when they get older.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely right. You're like, let's move it. Let's move it. That's awesome.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. That's really good. Let's just jump to year 3. I love it.
Gotta get out of that infant stage.
Yeah, right. Out of the infant stage. I already know how to fold it. I just want to like skip to. You're leveling up basically by just going from 0 to 3. Like you've already done your. It's like RTA. Like you just passed all the levels. You're just like I bought the life pass, the life battle pass, and I just want to move on to the next levels. That's awesome. All right, that was really funny. Everyone, a big round of applause for Vin as she has withstood the hot seat.
Yay.
That was really awesome. It's really, really, really cool to have you on and finish out that hot seat. It was really cool to have you answer those questions. You did very well withstanding that. Let's head into our PvP section. We're going to see what we got here because, the best thing that we can do is make this entire show, obviously about a game, but learning to have fun with each other. So we're going to head into our PvP section here.
Okay.
And we see that you are settled in. Let's go over your player profile here. You are a 9.7 total collection power with the strongest STP of 660,000. War MVP once, total characters collected 159. Characters at max star rank at 109. All-time arena rank at 43. Latest arena rank at 267. Latest blitz rank. You are a blitzer. You are for sure a blitzer. 183,000. Blitz wins with 17,491. Very cool. So let's get into this match right here. This is the moment that you've been waiting for, everyone. Let's get to it as we get our battle ready to go. So we're going to do a balanced draft here. So let's get to it.
Oh boy.
You ready?
I'm so bad at PvP.
Oh no.
All right,
Well,
we can
play to
do it.
win because I hear that there's a lot on the line.
Oh my gosh.
I
yeah.
hear that there's a lot on the line. So we're going to do our bands. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna ban Zemo, and we're gonna ban Phoenix.
Huh?
I want to know what's on the line here. What is on the line? What is on the line? Now, we have Ghost and Ultron banned. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to snag a character here. And we're going to see if we can take care of this really quickly. And let's see if we have... we're going to grab Doc Ock. Okay, so she grabs Emma. We got to get some more, and we need some intense music here. That's what we need. We need some more. Oh, Taskmaster. Okay, so we got Taskmaster that's been picked here. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to go ahead and grab Maw, and we're going to grab... let's grab X-23. It's intense thinking here. She's...
I know.
So
I
many
lose.
options. Okay, here's Ghost Rider. And there's Hela. All right. So we are going to go ahead. We're going to snag Longshot. And we're going to grab Loki. There's Mr. Sinister. All right. So she's going to reject a character of mine. We're going to see what we got. Okay, there goes Dr. Octopus. Ooh. All right, so I got to get rid of Emma. And that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab That's an interesting choice. All right, we're going to go with Squirrel Girl here. All right, Magneto. All right. This is the moment you guys have been waiting for. A PvP match with the Queen of MSF, Vynora 897, and myself, Sage Sentient. We are off and running. I hope you guys are ready for this. My goodness, guys, this is going to be interesting because we're going to see if this has all of the anticipation you guys are waiting for. It's downloading all of the stuff here as we get going. Here we go.
Oh boy. And down goes Vin. Thanks, Chip. Being so positive right there.
All right, so there goes that. We're going to need to flush out some of our characters here. Okay, there's Loki getting a hit. All right. right, there's one. Oh, I got to be careful here because I got some health issues. Wow. Okay. So now that we have this, let's see if we can get evade. There we are. Oh, there we are. The cleanse. All right, so now we can come here. We can. Oh, there goes task. All right. Some manipulation for you, and let's bring back that speed. And we're gonna try and go here. All right. Let's get this offense down. Oh, there goes. There goes. There goes. There goes Hella. We got to now try and work out this here.
Oh no.
And that seems to be the end of Magneto. Can Ghost Rider pull out of anything that he's done here to keep this team alive with his counters?
Nope.
No, he cannot. Big round of applause once again.
Dang.
For Vin coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Vin, let's one final question here for you. You've been a great sport. You've been awesome with your hot seat questions. You've withstood that, but we want to know, the last question is, how do you feel about the future of PvP and RTA?
I mean, I feel pretty good about it. It's nice to see that they are kind of like making some changes with RTA to see what's going on and how it goes. So it's like at least they're attempting to tweak it. So
Right. What do you think is, something that you'd like to see in that as well in the future?
my biggest thing is, I guess, the screen time and how much you have to be in the mode to complete it.
That's very true. That's very true. We're going to hop into our final thoughts for the evening. So here we go. And we want to just say thank you so much, Vin, for coming on the show. You were awesome. It was a lot of fun having you on. Really great to get to know you a little bit. Great getting behind your mind and all the things of what's going on. You're an exceptional streamer. You are really funny. We look forward to seeing more of you in the future with all the games that you're going to be streaming. We also want to give you some blessings and a lot of future happiness for you and your boyfriend.
Thank you.
Did you have fun?
I did have fun. Thank you so much.
I did have fun with all the nervousness that was going on.
I just didn't know it was going to come my way, so it was like, oh no.
Well, you knew the questions. It's because it's not in order, so it's a little bit more nerve-wracking. So you're just like, oh my gosh, where are we going? What's happening? So it's really fun to be on this. It's been a pleasure. It's really been a pleasure letting me interview you. Thank you again. And if you could just let everyone know where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitch. I do have Twitter and Instagram and my own Discord server.
And they're called?
Vynora 897. Sorry. So you can find me all these other places, but I'm not going to tell you.
She said, Google me, bitch.
Yeah. No, it's Vynora 897, all of them.
Who is Kankles Waddles is one of our chat questions.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have a stuffed penguin.
Okay.
I've had him for like 12 years. Like I've had him for a while, 10 to 12 years. His name is Kankles with a K. And one time in my life, I decided, hey, I'm gonna get Kinkles known. So I created
Oh my
Kinkles
God.
a Twitch, or not Twitch, a Twitter account.
Oh, this is
He's a
great.
little party penguin. You know, he's a little drinker. He likes to party and have fun. And at one point, I had like over 5,000 followers. And
What?
yeah, they found out about that. So now they bring up Kinkles a lot.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. We have to check this out. So if you get a chance, everybody, Kinkles Waddles on Twitter has a very, very interesting personality, rather, is that we should say.
Yeah. I stopped doing it like years ago. So that was a long time ago. That's my past.
It was your past. Oh, okay. That's too funny. We just want to say thank you again for being on the show. You guys are really funny. And if you want to exit while doing the chicken, we will love to see you do that. Thank you, everyone. Next week, we have Dr. Chaos on the show. Do you know you played some games with Dr. Chaos, right? Like, she seems to be great. Are you excited to be one of the first few women that have been on the show?
Yeah, I am.
That's really cool. Dr. Chaos is on next week, guys. We can't wait to have her on the show. Everybody, one big round of applause in chat. Thank you, though, again, for taking her down in PvP. That's hilarious. Thank you so much for being on. Wave goodbye. Do the chicken dance if you want to do that. We really appreciate you guys for being here. Have a great evening. Enjoy your day. Once again, you know, this is the show where we ask burning questions to our guests. Up to the line of controversy and over the line of fun. And Vin, have a great, great, great day. I hope you had a lot of fun.
I did. Thank you.
We'll
I'm
talk
not doing
to
the chicken dance.
Then we'll just wave goodbye.
Bye.